Welcome to the Holistic Wealth and Health Podcast. Your co-hosts, Jason Smith and Bryan Bibbo, will inspire and teach you how to prosper in your mind, body, and spirit, not just your financial life. Joining forces with field experts, Jason and Bryan are here to help you focus on what matters most in your life, living well.
Hello, I'm Bryan Bibbo, President and CFO of JL Smith Holistic Wealth Management. In today's episode, we're diving into a fun topic this week, pickleball. I chatted with Verna Griffin, PPR certified instructor and known to many as the pickleball queen of Neptune Beach. Our conversation was so full of insights and great stories that we had to split it into two different parts. Today, you'll learn about how Verna found her way into the sport back in 2009 and how it has transformed not only her health, but also the lives of the people in her community. We explore the physical and mental wellness benefits of pickleball, the social bonds it creates, and why this sport is booming from 8 million players to over 36 million players in a few years. Hope you enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the JL Smith Holistic Wealth and Health Podcast. I'm super excited for what we're about to talk about today because I'm passionate for this. We're going to be talking about pickleball, more than a game, the lifelong health benefits of pickleball. I have a special guest here today, Verna Griffin, affectionately known as the pickleball queen of Neptune Beach. She's been teaching, promoting, and advocating for the sport since 2009, way before any of us knew exactly what pickleball was. She's a PPR certified instructor and a passionate ambassador for the game. Verna has introduced thousands to the game, ranging from ages 5 to 92, and it's a fast-growing sport that she loved. Honored with her court dedication and local recognition, she continues to inspire players with her infectious energy, deep knowledge, and lifelong dedication to the pickleball community. Verna, so happy to have you here today.
Well, thank you. I'm going to enjoy this conversation.
There's no doubt about it. So share with us, how did you get into pickleball originally? Because you knew it way before I even knew it existed, right? I was still playing tennis in 2009. And share with us a lot of what does it mean to you?
Well, let me start. First of all, it was two friends from Virginia who were traveling south through Florida and stopped to visit another friend, a like friend. And they kept talking about this game. And I said, well, tell me about it. They said, better yet, we got the equipment in the trunk. Let's go over to these tennis courts nearby and we'll teach you how to play. And so an hour later, I was hooked, just unbelievably. So the following weekend, between that time and the following weekend, I went online and found some place that would sell me some equipment, because back then they didn't have everything online like they do now. And there were not hundreds of stores or hundreds of companies selling pickleball paddles. So bought some pickleball paddles and all that kind of good stuff. And I found someone else locally that had played pickleball. So I invited Sandy and two of my friends to go to some courts, and we drew out chalk lined the pickleball court. And Sandy basically taught us how to keep score, because, that's the most important thing. So we ended up playing quite a while, and we kind of got hooked. And so when we started to leave, we all decided that we'd come back the following Saturday because we were all still employed. So we came back the following Saturday with the condition we bring someone with us. And within 1 month, we had 45 people playing pickleball.
Wow.
We would go chalk these courts out every Saturday morning, and we had it down pat. 15 minutes, we had 4 courts, and it was just wonderful.
That's amazing. And what a great story. And to hear how it's like spread like wildfire. You learned from two people visiting a friend, and then from there, you got up to 45 plus people. And I can only imagine how many people you play with on a weekly basis. But share with me why you're so passionate about pickleball, and like, why does it mean so much to you? I know we're all hooked on it, but share with me a little bit of that.
Well, I think personally it has allowed me to get off the couch and allowed a lot of my friends and people that I have met through playing pickleball to get off the couch. And so I think that's the important part health wise. It has allowed us to be active. You play the game, so you can work up a good sweat, and you can raise your heartbeat, and your muscles get sore. But those are all contributed to this game. Everyone can play this game. It doesn't matter your age, your ability, everyone can play it. I was just talking to a friend of mine this morning who is an avid tennis player. I have been working hard to try to get her to come over and play.
Converting her to the light side.
She is so afraid that it's going to affect her tennis game. Well, actually, pickleball will help your tennis game if you're a net player. But anyhow, so it is so important that health wise that you keep active as you age. Now, I'm a lot closer to 80 years old than I am 70, and I play pickleball to keep going, and that's my important part. And for me to spread the word to other people, I just love doing it.
Yeah, Vern, I know we were having a side conversation before we jumped on the podcast here, and I share with you I play at least once a week, and we have a group that's going. And I'll tell you, the people that I play against are a lot of retirees. They're 60, 70 years of age, and I'm the worst player on the court, believe it or not. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'll say it to you, Verna. I'm the worst out there, and I win 1 to 2 matches a week, and it's usually when I'm teamed up with the best person. But the point is, like, you nailed it. It doesn't matter the age, and
No.
it's just the mobility. I think the other aspect that I love about it is you're always switching partners. Your social interaction of pickleball is so crucial. And my business partner, Jason, that's how we got hooked up. You met him on a pickleball court, right?
Actually, no. I met him when he became the owner of the financial advisor group that I am with.
Ah, got it, Verna. That makes a lot of sense there. So that's where you ran into him and you talked about pickleball. I got to get him on the court with you playing then.
Well, what state are you in?
Well, Ohio, but we're in Florida also. So
I know. I'm Florida. So
yep.
So next time you're down this way, I have a couple private courts that I get to use anytime I want to. So I would invite you to come play anytime. And at the same time, I'll give you some pointers because I can't help myself. I'm an educator of 40 years, and so teaching is just in my blood. And I so enjoy sharing with other people to improve their game.
Well, thank you for that blessing, because you know what I was about to ask is, I told you I keep losing. I need some of your enthusiasm, your pointers in the game to help make my game better. So next time I'm down there in the Florida offices, I'm going to make sure I get a hold of you. All right, Verna?
Are you a former tennis player?
So I grew up playing tennis. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, so my grandfather belonged to a country club, and I was blessed that he got me playing golf and playing tennis. So yes, I played tennis all the way up to about my teenage years. Then I stopped playing, and that was the worst thing I could have done. I stopped playing for like 15, 20 years, and now I'm trying to pick pickleball up, and I've played it for a year now.
Well, when I first started playing pickleball, I was a former recreational tennis player. And I was playing with this guy named Bill, and we played a lot together. And I just was not doing well one day. And he said, Verna, you've got to stop playing tennis on this pickleball court. And I said, Bill, I haven't played tennis in many years. And he said, no, you're still playing tennis on this pickleball court. So I probably say to you, you are probably still playing tennis on that pickleball court. It's a different.
That is a great way to look at it for the tennis players out there like myself. I am probably still have the upbringing, and what's in the back of my brain is how I used to play tennis, and I haven't changed my game enough to figure out the pickleball. I'm still trying to do the tennis thing. That's a very wise input.
It happens, but once you realize what you're doing as tennis, you'll be able to switch because mentally you'll switch it very quickly. And it's all in how you stroke the ball and where you stroke the ball. So it's just a silly game with a plastic ball.
Yeah, the question I hear is that you talked about hitting the ball. If I'm trying to hit the ball with the paddle, am I just trying to hit it dead center in the middle? Is there a certain spot I'm looking for on different shots? Can you give someone like me some input there?
Well, the soft spot's in the center, but it's also the power spot. So yes, you want to try to hit it in the center. I find most tennis players are not using their body enough to hit the ball. They're in tennis you use your whole body, and in
Mhm.
pickleball, when you want to get power behind the ball, you want to use your body as if in tennis. Except in tennis, you turn sideways, and you stroke the ball and you follow through. In pickleball, every shot you make is always facing the net when you finish the shot. And I also know that in tennis players, they wind up. That's what we did. We wind that ball up. You
Yep.
don't need to do it in pickleball. It's a stupid plastic ball. So, but really, this game is more badminton. It's a combination of badminton, ping pong, and a little tiny bit of tennis, just a little bit, but it's more badminton.
No, and when I started, I was winding up, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
was putting that full 10, and every time, woo, the ball goes way past the court, everything else, it's going to the next court, so on and so forth.
yep.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and I've learned that. But still, pickleball offers a lot of exercise and mobility. I
Yeah.
had one of my colleagues playing pickleball with me, and after we were playing for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, she had almost 10,000 steps in for the day
Exactly.
just from playing pickleball, and she had burnt through 600 calories.
That's great. That is so awesome. That's really
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, you start off with a nice dry shirt, and when you come off that court, even after only 11 points, you're hot. Yeah.
you're hot. There's no doubt about it. And I'm sure, depending on where you're at, like you in Florida, in the sun, if we're playing outside, it catches up to us.
Yeah, right now we're hitting 92 degrees, and I'm at the beach area. So in town, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Basically, that's the town, but I'm out on an island, Neptune Beach, and it's 92 here right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's very, very humid today.
So on days like that, do you typically just try to get out in the morning?
Yes,
Depending on the
yes,
weather?
yes. And we try to play. You'll see most people are playing morning. The park that's closest to me, where we have 8 courts, is has 8 courts outdoors, and it's full at 7 in the
Wow.
morning, and they play
7 in
till
the morning.
maybe, and then a whole nother group starts coming maybe 8:30. After they've gotten their kids off to school or whatever, they show up at 8:30, and then by 11, those courts are empty, and they'll be empty till about 4.
Okay, got it. That's good. And we talked about this before, like the social aspect
Oh,
in
yes,
relation to pickleball.
yeah.
Share with me how those social connections over the years contribute to people's better mental health and emotional well-being, and maybe a story or two of how it's affected you over the years.
Oh, just unbelievable with society and the community, and just a total friendship. If I were in need of a ride right now, all I'd have to do is pick up the phone and call one of the pickleball players, and they would argue who was going to be coming to get me. So, but that's what pickleball is all about. It's so different than any other sport I've ever played my entire life. And I was an athlete all through high school and college. But this game, the social part of this game, is what keeps people coming back all the time. They're coming back to this game because of the social part. You play a game, you come off the court. The next time you go out to play, you might play with 3 different people. And each
Hmm.
time, protocol is that you should always go to the net and introduce yourselves before the game. As in protocol at the end of the game, you don't jump the net, you don't shake hands, you tap paddles. It's just the protocol. So yes, the community is so strong, and it's really kind of amazing because we have all walks of lives. I can remember a few years back, we had 2 homeless guys. They came to the court to watch, and one of the guys was barefooted. And one of the players took off his tennis shoes and gave him his tennis shoes and said, "Come on, we want you to come play." So we taught those 2 homeless guys how to play pickleball. But it's all walks of lives. We have um, politicians, we have doctors, we have homeless, we have
Right.
housewives, we have business people. So it's just everybody. And most of the people, I don't know what they do for a living. It's not important. What's important is getting out and having fun and keeping mentally going. Yes.
And think about what other sport do you go up to a net or something and introduce yourself? If I'm playing baseball, you know what? It's the away team. You're at home or you're the away team,
That's
and you don't
exactly
really
right.
converse with them. There's
Yeah.
so many sports that you maybe hit hands, but you don't introduce yourself. I
No.
think that's such a crucial thing about pickleball. Right when you're going out there, we're introducing ourselves. We're saying, "Hey, hi, how nice to meet you." I can tell you, Verna, I've been playing pickleball for a year, and I haven't met one mean person. Everybody has been so nice,
Yes.
and also so accepting of the level that you're at. I
Absolutely.
don't ever feel ashamed out there.
Yeah. And what's nice is that, let's say, four of us are going out to play, and three of us have been playing for a year or so or more, and this one person is brand new. The goal is to make that person feel very welcome and to help them. We try not to teach them during the game because you can't learn during the game. It's too fast. So we kind of keep in our mind what we can say to that person when the game is over to help them. And that's what we do. Sometimes we'll get together as a foursome and say, "Hey, this is what we all need to work on." Blah 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 blah. So yes, it's just so welcoming, and the walks of lives I love. I just love the different walks of life and the gatherings afterwards. You know, what's really nice, as a tennis player, you might have a foursome, and let's say you go to the courts and one person doesn't show up. What do?
Yeah, I mean,
You don't have a
depends
game.
on
You don't have a game,
yeah,
right? So,
you
but
don't
in
have game.
pickleball, if someone doesn't show up, there's a three-person game. There's singles. And if you're by yourself, you can find a wall and hit the ball against the wall for drills. So there's always something to do in pickleball. Yes.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of younger players join the game. You have these high school athletes or these college athletes, and then once they're done there, maybe they play beach volleyball still or something like
Yes.
that,
Mhm.
or a kickball league, but they lost a lot of what they had of continually playing sports over the years. So I've seen them jump into pickleball.
Well, not only that, but colleges now have pickleball clubs, and they're competing. And high schools have started the same thing. Now, I predict in high school, especially in the state of Florida and some of these states, other states that are very popular with pickleball, that it will become a varsity sport at high school level.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting here 10 years from now and it's an Olympic sport too.
Well, hopefully it will be an Olympic sport come 2028. Now, I was told just recently that when a sport goes into the Olympics for the first time, it's not competitive, it's demonstration. And so that's what I've been told. And then the following 4 years, it goes into competition. So I'm not sure of that. I need to look it up to see if that's really true. But I think it'll be definitely within the next 8 years, it'll be in the Olympics. The number of courts has just doubled. I mean, here alone, and we're seeing more indoor courts coming in also, especially in Florida because of the weather, and then up north because of snow. Of course, we see people playing in the snow on the courts. They sweep them off and go. But yeah, I mean, just here, about 4 miles from my house, there's a Bailey's gym that closed, and the guy bought the gym and he's putting in 8 pickleball courts indoors. Just about 16 miles away from me in an area called Orange Park, Florida. Uh,
Hmm.
that area has now opened up 24 courts. 16 are covered, but it's outdoors. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, in Ohio, you see more of the facilities that they have about 15, 16 courts. They're indoors, they're air conditioning during the summer, they're
That's right.
heated during the winter. And you go in there a Saturday or a Sunday morning, you can't find a court. It's so busy. It's such a
Yes.
popular thing. It says a lot to what you said, going from that 8 million to that 36 million plus people playing pickleball now.
Right. Right. And
So
I'm sure some people are not even counted. Those people that have put on pickleball courts in their yards, for example.
just like my neighbor has a pickleball net that they'll put in the grass, then they'll drag it out when they want to play it on the driveway.
That's right. And people, I can ride around in my neighborhood and they've marked paint on the road. Even though the road's curved, they still play.
They still play.
Yeah,
They figure out how to deal with the bounce of the ball and the curve. They'll figure it out.
exactly. Or the wind, whatever. It's really
Yeah.
funny when you go to hit the ball and the wind takes it away, because it's so light. But it's a game that I so enjoy introducing to any age. And like I said, I've taught a 5-year-old, up to a 92. And that 92 stopped playing when he turned 96.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you gave him great 4 years.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about indoor and outdoor, and I've learned this within the last few months is there's different type of balls, or
Yes.
the holes in the balls are different
Right.
from an playing indoors or playing outdoors. You want to speak a little bit to
Yeah, and
that?
I wish I had an outdoor ball. Let me get that real quick. Here we go. This is an outdoor ball. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. See,
Right there's perfect.
right there. See the size hole. An indoor ball will be less holes but larger. The reason
Less
why
holes but larger.
is you
Got it.
don't have wind resistance indoors. You have wind resistance outside, and that's the reason why. But they're all made the same, different colors. I think predominantly the yellowish ball is more used than any other. But there's lavender, pink, green, yellow. I even saw a black ball, but that didn't go too well.
Probably hard to see, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but no, that's good. So the what I heard you say is the outdoor balls has more holes but smaller, and the indoor has bigger holes but less holes because of the wind. There's no wind resistance indoors.
And also, you can use an outdoor ball indoors.
Ah, there we go.
But most people don't. And the reason why is because when you play with a ball outside, it starts getting rough a little bit. It's not a smooth surface like the beginning. When you play with a brand new ball, the surface is smooth. But within half a game, the court surface wears down on the ball. So that you don't get that, though, on an indoor ball. Because you're either, well, let me take that back. On some indoor courts, that's wood or vinyl from a gym. You don't get that roughness. However, public facilities or paid facilities are using indoor balls, but they're beginning to get rough because they're putting an outdoor court inside. It's not wood, it's not vinyl. So they're using an
Right.
outdoor court inside. So the ball's getting roughed up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there any, with your passion for pickleball and how long you've been in, is there like one or two stories that stick out to you of, a student, whether younger or older, or someone you've ran across that's made notice improvements of their health or their lifestyle about picking up pickleballs? Or is there something that ever sticks out or something you've ran across? I know you talked about the homeless one, which was a great story.
Yeah.
But anything else?
Well, I've had this one woman who came to play pickleball, and she had braces on both hands, but she wanted to learn to play. And so we were talking to her about what was the problem. It was arthritis in her hands.
Mm.
And so we taught her one of the major mistakes people make in pickleball is they hold the paddle too tight. On a scale of 1 to 10, she was holding that paddle at 10, which you don't want to do. When you're playing up towards the net, up towards the non-volley zone, affectionately known as the kitchen, you hold the paddle. What I teach my students is hold it as tight as you can. See those white knuckles? Then cut it in half. That makes it a 5. Cut it down to 3. So when you're at that net, you should be holding that paddle very, very loose at 3. Unless you see them starting to hit the ball fast at you, then you go to a 5. Anywhere else on the court, it's 5 or 6. You should never hold the paddle at 7, 8, 9, 10. You're not going to have any control. And, power in this game, except for the pros, I mean, they really are really good at power. But most people try to hit this ball so hard, they have no control. And so the other thing that I teach a lot is to play dodgeball. If that ball, if I'm at that kitchen line, or maybe a foot back from the kitchen line, and I see someone going to hit that ball really hard at me, and it's coming at my chest, and it's not a top spin. You can tell by the paddle if they're hitting it like this with the top spin. If it's not a top spin, I'm going to dodge that ball and just let it fly. And 9 out of 10 times, it's out.
Wow.
And that's
so if it's coming directly at your chest, it's hit hard enough, it's going to go out. I'm dodging it.
Yeah, so you learn to play dodgeball. It's a drill I do with students that are intermediates and higher to play dodgeball, just to learn that dodging. Yeah.
That's a huge takeaway.
Thank you for listening to the Holistic Wealth and Health Podcast. We hope we inspired you to make changes so you can live your best life. If you want to find out more about what we do, or if you want to have a holistic wealth and health financial plan, please call 456-833-7000. Please subscribe to the podcast and share it widely with your friends and family. Financial planning and advisory services are offered through Prosperity Capital Advisors, PCA, an SEC-registered investment advisor with its principal place of business in the state of Ohio. J.L. Smith Holistic Wealth Management and PCA are separate, non-affiliated entities. PCA does not provide tax or legal advice. Insurance and tax services offered through J.L. Smith Holistic Wealth Management are not affiliated with PCA. Information received from this podcast should not be viewed as individual investment advice. Product discussions and illustrations are hypothetical in nature and will vary based on many factors, including, but not limited to, age, health, product, insurance carrier, and product design. You should consult the insurance carrier website and policy for detailed information. For information pertaining to the registration status of PCA, please contact the firm or refer to the investment advisor public disclosure website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov. For additional information about PCA, including fees and services, send for our disclosure statement as set forth on Form ADV from PCA using the contact information herein. Please read the disclosure statement carefully before you invest or send money.